So here's one that kind of leads into what we're talking about right now. Because government support, look at this. So let's see.
TSMC is the world's largest chip manufacturing funded by Dr. Morris Chen in 1987. It's now at the forefront of semiconductor technology, supporting AI advancement and industry growth. In fact, I would like to wind back the time that in 2020, we have to thank President Trump's vision and his support. So TSMC start the journey of establishing the advanced chip manufacturing in Arizona. And now, let me proudly say, now the vision become reality. In Phoenix, Arizona, with 3,000 employees, we are producing the most advanced chip made on U.S. soil. With the success of our first fab, so we are now very happy to announce we are going to invest additional $100 billion US dollar in addition to our current $65 billion US dollars investment in Arizona. We are going to build 3 more new fabs after we promised 3 fabs already, and another 2 very advanced packaging fab, and most important, R&D center also in Arizona.
So
for this,
we're getting
all the
investment
investment, $165
Taiwan
billion, is going to create thousands of high-paid jobs, as the
in order for the AI to take off.
announced.
Yeah,
And we are,
and
most
you know,
important, actually, we are going to
it is
produce
where,
many AI chips. We're
you
going
know,
to produce
those are
many
those are
chips to
influenced by the
support the
government, right?
AI progress
those
and to
investments, they're
support
all.
the
Well, I'm sure
smartphones
that company's going to be
progress.
getting some tax breaks, just like some of the EV companies, manufacturing companies that are here in the state of Michigan. I think there was the $5 billion investment by Ford. They're
Yeah,
gonna be
it has to
doing
make
some of those-
financial sense for
Yes,
them to
they're
be able
gonna
to
do
invest in
some-
here.
Yep. And then also
And-
they don't have to deal with the trade stuff that's currently going on right now,
So
right?
it's the environment, right? It's the ecosystem that's created by governments. It could be local, state, or federal. It's the ecosystem that they are for it or they're against it.
Yeah.
At that point, if they're for it, they will go beyond what they are required to have that company or that technology implemented. If they're against it or even neutral, then they have less of stake, and they are encouraging. There's no encouragement. There's no there's not anything that
incentive.
Yeah.
Well, it's missing the
So,
incentive.
out of curiosity, you guys, what type of impact will this have on our infrastructure, the supply chain, jobs? What do you guys think?
Obviously, we're going to bring in lots of jobs. They just said they're already employing, 3,000 people. They're going to bring in, 2 or 3 more manufacturing facilities. So there's another, So some of these jobs I think that we are seeing lost right now. I just read a report the month of February had almost an all-time high since COVID. I think 170,000 plus jobs lost in last month. I think you're going to see a lot of people starting to be repurposed and pushed into different industries. Whether that's in manufacturing or any other type of industry that's out there, which could be this AI push.
I don't know. I have this habit of kind of comparing things to a history, like like how they say history repeats itself, right?
Yeah.
So during assembly line, when Ford introduced assembly line, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people let go because now they're more efficient.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was because it wasn't something against them. It was not, they're not skillful, or they're, Ford had it in for them or anything. But, because they're more efficient, the way their new system was implemented, they had to let certain people go. And those people, they went out and they're like, oh, well, all these people are working, they don't have time in a day. They need food. They open up restaurants. They open up retail. They
Or part supplier. Or
parts, like
Yeah, it
other,
opens up more opportunities. Actually, that's what I was going to bring up because I'm going to compare. Now, I used to live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and obviously I live, in the Michigan area or Detroit area. And I don't know if you guys notice this when you travel, or at least you're in the Detroit area. Detroit area has a lot of 24/7 diners, bars, that type of deal. If you go to other states that doesn't really have like 3 shifts running, they don't go past like 9 or 10 o'clock typically.
Right.
yeah, if that.
And this is what your point that you're alluding to is that when they make these investments in these states, you create a chain, you create basically a town.
Yeah, yeah. There's a reason, like when we switched from coal industry or we switched from other industries, similar industries that kind of got almost absolute, and after that they were like people. There's a whole towns they become ghost towns.
Yep.
And the opposite of it when even in Michigan, like Traverse City kind of become a little tech hub. It become a mini what we call it Eastern Silicon Valley feeling hub. So and so now wherever Arizona, whatever town, I don't know what
I
their
think you said Phoenix.
yeah, Phoenix.
Phoenix?
And,
Okay.
I'm not too familiar with the Phoenix, like what they're currently, what the culture is over there, what's the industry is, like industry culture.
Well, there is. I do know around the Phoenix area, there's a couple border towns there in Mexico that are heavy in the manufacturing side.
Right, but it's manufacturing, right?
Yeah.
So this is chip manufacturing.
It's still manufactured, but yeah.
Right, but it's like
Different skill sets.
little more technical side.
Yeah. Different skill sets.
Different skill set,
And,
different pay rate, different
And you're going to have like the clean rooms, and you're going to have different PPE.
different
required.
trainings, different
Yeah.
so you have this it's gonna give it a whole different name to the I mean I won't say name, but it's gonna change the name of like the whole blue collar and criteria who we call it blue collar anymore. I think
Yeah.
it's that's gonna change with the robotic and with the AI and so on.
And I think too, one of the key things to bring up with AI in general, and like we were talking about before, is I was just reading that I think what was it 70, 80 years ago, 50% of the jobs that exist today didn't exist then.
Yeah.
Right. So now what's that going to do in another 50 years? Right. I mean, 10 years ago when somebody said, oh, I want to be a social media influencer, I can make money on that, people would roll their eyes. Now there's courses in college for this. There's going to be a lot of changes that happen very rapidly. It's probably even quicker now, where in the tech industry, I mean, even 5-6 years ago, when somebody said, "Hey, I'm going to work from home," I would have said, "No way, no way. How
That
can
was
you
a
work
joke.
from home?" Yeah,
That was
And
a
it-
joke.
and now
I work
look
from
at this.
home. Like, what
Half-
are you?
Maybe
half
we
the
take care of
jobs-
Grandpa.
You can get half jobs now almost or work from home if it's in accounting or sales or
Design.
admin or design. You can find all these different opportunities. So
even managing.
I think this AI move
HR.
is going to, obviously backed by some governments and influenced that way, you're going to see a massive push again for in 50 years, half the jobs that are out there now might not be there.
So I'm going to throw a wrinkle in this. So how do you guys think other countries might respond to how Taiwan obviously moved manufacturing here? How do you think other countries are going to respond to seeing that?
So, without getting political or anything in this,
Why not?
well, I mean, certain terms, certain words, when we use those, and they already, people attach it to like a certain political group, right? Without getting that, there used to be where whole world looked up to America.
Yeah.
Looked up to America, like what America gonna bring next?
What innovation?
What innovation? What they gonna, systems and how they gonna change the world economy, So I think we're getting slowly back to that to a certain point. Yes, there's a lot of technology that's going on in other countries, no doubt, no doubt. But the pure force. Remember we talked about like other country they made like a one tank and we had like 10 tanks. They would shoot about 5 of them. There were still 5 around.
Yep.
So same thing. The American way is that we're abundance, right? We build in abundance.
Yep.
So now with this AI and everything, not to steal the logo, their slogan from Texas, we make it big,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
I mean that's Texas the whole thing. I don't
And
want to.
that AI conference was in France, so France has already talked about as well as pushing the AI and having a lot of it built there and building up their economy as well.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see, and kind of what you're seeing now is somewhat more localization as well, where you're going to see countries say, maybe we don't want to use tech from America. We want to keep our tech here in France. Or you're going to see, tech being more siloed potentially.
So you see more of everybody kind of, I guess, filtering their area instead of moving to
in the
America?
interim, I think maybe long term, I don't think so. Once we find what works best for everybody, but right now, right, you see with China with DeepSeek, they're this is the greatest. You see here in the U.S., you have the Grok and Chat GPT, and you got Metas, and so you see all these different silos popping up here, and then you got in Europe, there's certain ones over there that are starting to pop up, and so I think you're going to see these silos until we kind of find the path, right? Right now, everyone's just throwing darts at the dartboard, seeing what
The
sticks.
same thing happened in like 97, 98, right? When Googles of the world came upon, right?
Yeah.
There was
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah.
You had Yahoo. You had,
call. I don't know if you guys remember. There was call. There was Excel something. There was remember the AOL?
Yep. I still have my account.
Yeah.
You still have an account?
Yes,
So,
sir.
Oh my God.
so remember all those things, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I remember Hotmail, right?
Yep.
All those
you go.
things got eaten by Gmail, Google Drive, Google Search,
Microsoft.
and now there's a little twist that's coming, or there's a fork in the road again. Without getting political, there's a fork in the road that's coming, and that is that people are going to straight to Chat GPT search for something rather than Google.
Well, yeah, that's something that's going to be a trend. Like, I should put this, like the tube TVs, like the old man tube TV.
Yep.
Google, unless they do something different, is going to become the old man searching tool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I think right now about 90% of searches are done with Google. So it'll be interesting to see how
Actually,
that
that number's
changes.
going down.
Right. That's what I'm saying. In the next
it's-
5 years, if they have 50% market share, I would be shocked.
It's funny. It's funny. Like when 97 or 98, whenever Google came around, and we were like, we would search something on Google, and you search a car, and something random stuff came up, like totally random, and you're like, this is whatever. And now you put C in it, and how car comes up, and all the car models and the latest cars, and so that's the whole point. Is that there's going to be winners and losers, and that happens in any boom.
Yep.
And whoever plays their cards right, they're going to be winners, and others, they may not be totally losers, but they're going to be somewhere on the.
Could
They're
get
still on the field, but
acquisitions and
they're still in the
mergers
field,
and-
but nobody
which
kind
you're
of
seeing
talking
all-
about them.
But you're seeing that already too with the AI stuff, right? You're
Yeah.
seeing Microsoft partner with different companies. You're seeing Google partner with other companies. So you're seeing it already, right? Where
yeah, definitely.
Well, guys, we're going to wrap this topic up. We're going to go to the next one. So robotics in everyday life, we're going to definitely take a swing at a little bit change in this. So I believe this one is,
okay.
so if you see this, looks like a robot in a grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it does have a lot of
Scanning
cameras.
inventory.
Yeah, and the little LiDAR underneath there.
Yeah, and smart marketing on their part by putting the face on it. The kids are then interacting with this, right?
Yeah.
They're getting interested in it. So that's always a question: is how to get the younger
Like,
generation more
yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
So I guess I think you're more familiar with this one, Keegan. So what is it
Yeah.
more to capture the attention of the?
Well, and I think it's for restocking, right? I think
restocking?
we talked earlier is it's basically scanning the shelves area and then
Oh.
sending a note back to the stockers. Hey, we're low on X
This.
cereal. We're low on apples. in
Instead
that
of having
example.
a-
We're-
instead of having
just
a
walking
customer.
around, or customer, or it not being on the shelf, right? What's the worst thing that can happen? You go into the store. I need X. It's not on the shelf. I got to go find somebody. I'm frustrated. It's not there. So and so's in the back not knowing. I leave, I go to a different store. This store now just lost a customer, right? And a
Yeah.
business sale. So this is great technology, helping, workers and the robots working together here to then
So-
helping the customer.
So here's the thing. Battle Creek is not big town. It used to be. It used to be one of the cereal city. All the cereals
Yes, sir.
basically originated there. So just on one side of Battle Creek, and there's like these stores, small stores, like grocery stores. They have one of these. I will call this store in the middle of the fields. Categorize it that way because it's just the way where it sits. And they have one of these. I went in there and this was 8-9 months ago. And they have one of this going around and totally normal. I was just wondering what people were reacting to it. Like, they buy it.
Yeah.
And, and there's nobody was bothered. So again, this is basically making robots normal again. I guess normal.
It's almost like a cobot in a sense
Yeah.
because it's a collaborative. It's helping the stockers in back. In the meantime, he could be working on something else or on break.
Yeah.
You can run this thing out, collect some data, and
Yeah.
when he comes back.
So in essence, there's a rise in retail and impact on the workers. So I guess we're going to see a rise in this. To be honest with you,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't be shocked if the big box stores and chains, grocery chains, aren't using this by the end of the year. Again, especially with
You
the
remember
rise in
that big
the tech.
was it $500 million investment by a robot company in one of the big box stores just to buy all their robot business.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's the reality. We cannot avoid it. We better just learn how to
Yep.
live with it and prosper, I would say, instead of basically fighting it. And unless otherwise we want to go Amish, I think we gotta be part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, I guess from a business standpoint, so how does this automation enhance its efficiencies, help reduce cost,
Yeah. So
and how does this affect the customer's everyday shopping experience?
yeah. So here to Keegan's point, right? It's just that's the one aspect of it where they're checking the inventory, making sure it's there, and slowly as as other companies like Tesla and so on, those companies, they're slowly progress. They got better. They crashed a few cars, but they got better, right?
Yep.
So just that way, they're gonna start scanning the expiration dates on the product, and making sure that it's stocked well, and maybe somebody picked up something item from a freezer and they put it on the shelf, and
Put it
they'll
in the
say
wrong spot, yeah.
wrong spot,
Yep, yep.
and they'll say, hey, this product is the wrong spot. So I think it'd be evolution, but it'd be they evolve eventually, and as they get better data, we talk a lot about data. So as they get better data, and they're definitely make experience more
No,
friendly, user friendly, I would say. And eventually, because of that, I think they can like their online inventory, right? And you check online, hey, who has this? you making, I don't know, a pie, and there's a one ingredient that you can't, you don't know if, and you can find anywhere. And this way, they have a better inventory. They say, oh, they got one left.
Yeah,
You better
and-
get there now.
And to be honest with you, robots like this, like you're saying, going around scanning for what's low in stock and whatnot, it enhances, the customer experience, ensures that when somebody comes in, that probably the biggest fear for most business owners is not having it.
Yeah. Right.
You have it in stock, it's not on
Or
the
it's
shelf.
in the back, right?
Yeah, it's
worst
not-
case
Nobody
scenario.
stocked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this helps out with that, making sure that user experience is good, make sure they come get what they want, in and out. I make, that 10, 15, 20%, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So,
Or when you get these random rushes too, right? Where there's certain things that are sold.
Yeah, holiday
and-
season, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and hey, we're always
Depending
out of
on the
stock,
holidays,
and-
like,
yeah,
did somebody put out, I don't know, cranberry sauce out during Thanksgiving?
yeah.
There's a whole pallet
We're
sitting in
all
the
out of
back.
turkeys.
There's a whole pallet sitting in the back.
I
and
ran
nobody
into
put it.
that at a grocery store this fall for Thanksgiving with pumpkin pie. Could not find pumpkin pie
See,
anywhere in the store.
see, and
walked
this will
around
help.
and
Yeah, sorry, I want to cut you
had
off,
to,
but
had to leave and went to a different store.
yeah, but this will help them predict the future too, right? What to keep in a future inventory.
Well, you'll get some data back on. Okay, we
So-
sell a lot of these on a Tuesday. We don't sell very many on a Friday.
Yeah.
Right.
well,
Is that
that,
what you're kind of saying?
And
well, yeah.
when did they sell out, right? On Thanksgiving, let's say, did they sold out like the 1 hour left to Thanksgiving dinner? That's okay, right? They sold out.
Or for
But
some
did they-
reason we
did
get
they
a rush
sell
at
out-
9 p.m.
Yeah, like day before. Like did they
Yeah.
sold the day before?
Yeah,
If
good
they
point.
sold the day before, that means they need to keep better stock. But if they sold it like 9 p.m. on, like you said, on Thanksgiving Day, that's okay. That's a good business,
Yeah.
No, you're
right?
You're right.
So
Yep.
yeah.